Pleasure to turn the podium over to Dr. Hatch, a mentor, a friend, and a strong leader. And I thank you for our relationship. I thank you for everything that you have done for this university. Thank you for everything that you have done for our athletic program as well. Go Deeks, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here on this memorable day. Today marks a significant milestone in the history of Wake Forest's commitment to educating the whole person and to competing in collegiate athletics at the highest level. For almost 27 years, that commitment has been personified by Ron Wellman. Since 1992, he has led our athletics department with grace, integrity, and a commitment to excellence without pretension. He has overseen the most successful performance of our student athletes in Wake Forest history, with a graduation rate of 94% and the current #1 ranking in the Director's Cup in the ACC. Wake Forest athletic accomplishments under Ron's leadership include 5 team and 7 individual national titles, 22 ACC championships, and a renaissance of our athletic facilities. Today, from this very location, we look out upon McCreary Tower, the anchor of BB&T Field, what Ron himself deemed appropriately the Wrigley Field of college football. Behind us stands a world-class tennis facility, already the home of national championships. To the side, we enjoy an enviable baseball complex at David F. Couch Ballpark. And across the street stands the Lawrence Joel Memorial Veterans Coliseum, for which Wake Forest has assumed responsibility and is in the process of making it a better home for the Deacons. With Ron's remarkable vision and under his steady hand, this athletic sector of Wake Forest has seen phenomenal development, as has new and refurbished facilities on our main campus. His extraordinary leadership of Wake Forest and within the ACC guided us through the greatest conference realignments in history, leaving Wake Forest and the conference in a much stronger and more competitive place. As Ron himself would tell you, athletic and career accomplishments do not account for the full measure of a man. I know Ron's leadership to be complemented by his devotion to faith, family, and friends. To Linda and the rest of Ron's family here today with us, thank you for sharing Ron with Wake Forest, the world of collegiate sports. It is impossible to succeed professionally without having the unwavering support of those who mean most to us. Thank you for being the foundation upon which he can leave his legacy at Wake Forest. To Ron, thank you not only what you have done for this university, but what you have done for Julie and for me. When we arrived at Wake Forest in 2000, and 5, you and Linda were among the first to welcome us into this community. Wake Forest sports gave us a way to connect to our new home in really very important ways. You made that connection not just possible, but fun. It has been a real joy to be your friend and partner. It can be difficult for university presidents to remember that sports are fun when they can also bring high-profile challenges. Ron's leadership allowed me to enjoy our wins and suffer the agony of loss as a fan first and administrator second. Among the many traits I have admired about Ron are his conviction that Wake Forest is capable of winning championships and his commitment to winning with integrity. This conviction and commitment have been mirrored in the coaches and staff that Ron has hired, the student athletes they have recruited, and the manner in which they've collectively conducted themselves day in and day out for the last quarter of a century. Ron, what gives me the greatest pleasure is actually talking to Wake Forest graduates who were student athletes. They speak of the way that their athletic experience opened for them new vistas, instilled a commitment to excellence, and molded their character. Thank you for building and sustaining a culture that prepared student athletes to go from this place and live lives that matter. Ron, it's been such a personal honor to serve Wake Forest alongside you, and I extend every good wish to you and Linda and your whole family as you transition to the next chapter of your life. Thank you. A conviction that Wake Forest can win, a commitment to winning with integrity, and a deep commitment to student athletes are chief among the traits I look for in Ron's successor. It is my privilege to introduce John Currie as Wake Forest's sixth Director of Athletics. I'm delighted to welcome John and his wife, Mary Lawrence, back to their alma mater, Wake Forest. I've long followed John's career. As a teacher, a mentor, and administrator, John is known for his open communication, his inclusive style, and perhaps most importantly, the way he cares for student athletes. These were clear themes that emerged when talking to a long list of academic leaders, commissioners, coaches, former athletes, and staff that offered deeper insight to his impressive resume. John currently holds an adjunct position and teaches a class at Columbia University in New York, is a consultant with the University of Texas in Austin, supporting their capital campaign. But he started his career, as Ron has said, here at Wake Forest. After graduating in 1993 with a Bachelor of Arts in History and a minor in politics, he joined the athletic staff supporting the Deacon Club as a fundraiser and then leaving for the University of Tennessee in 1997. John's responsibilities would rapidly progress at Tennessee while earning a Master's of Science degree in sports management. Among his early professional accomplishments, John secured the largest individual gift in the history of Tennessee, University of Tennessee, $50 million to benefit athletics and veterinary medicine and engineering. And in his time, he doubled yearly cash intake from about $20 million to over $40 million. In 2005, he launched a new marketing plan, helping increase average student attendance 197% at basketball games, doubling ticket and concession revenue. John was recruited away from Tennessee by Kansas State, where he would serve as Director of Intercollegiate Athletics for 8 years, leading through a period of unprecedented academic, athletic, and fundraising excellence. At K-State, John turned a program with an inherited deficit into one nationally recognized among the NCAA's most financially solvent programs, growing the athletic budget from $44 million to over $73 million. Academically, all Wildcat programs boasted multi-year APR marks of at least 944, with 5 teams, including football, posting the Big 12's highest marks in 2016-17. John's tenure at K-State also included hiring Bruce Weber as the men's basketball coach. Coach Weber captured the Big 12 Coach of the Year honors and won the Big 12 championship in his first season and is the third most winning coach at K-State. John's time at K-State also was marked by $210 million in comprehensive facility improvements, all funded without state tax, university tuition, or fee dollars. Athletic highlights included 7 straight football bowl games, Big 12 championships in football, basketball, and baseball, 56 individual Big 12 and 11 NCAA championships in track and field, 17 NCAA tournament bids in men's and women's basketball, volleyball, and baseball. As Ron mentioned, John's leadership helped Kansas State through the 2010 and 11 conference realignment crisis. He also launched the K-State HD TV, which became the nation's #1 premium digital network, providing K-State student athletes unprecedented live coverage. John's fiscal management enabled the university to shift $3 million of university funding and student fees out of athletics to critical academic needs. For John's leadership at K-State, he was honored nationally as Under Armour Athletic Director of the Year in 2013 and also Bobby Dodd Athletic Director of the Year. He represented the Big 12 as a member of the NCAA Division I Administrative Council from 2010 to 2015 and is a life member of the Fiesta Bowl Board of Directors. John returned to Tennessee as Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics in 2017, where he made immediate progress in several areas, developing an outstanding and diverse leadership team and building bridges and opening communication with the faculty senate, student government deans, and government heads, as well as state and local officials. John and I have talked at length about his time as athletic director at Tennessee. His abilities as a leader were put to the test through what was clearly a trying time for him personally and professionally. What has stayed with me was his resilience and his integrity, always acting on principle and putting the needs of student athletes first. John emerged from the experience stronger and wiser and able to appreciate what he accomplished in his short tenure. As a result, he remains in high demand as a speaker, consultant, and advisor. Through these channels, John has continued to shape college athletics for the better. John and his wife, Mary Lawrence, recently celebrated their 20th anniversary and are eager to start the next chapter of their lives here in Winston-Salem with their 3 children, Jack, Gigi, and Mary Dell. As a Wake Forest graduate and North Carolina native and a respected veteran of the highest level of college athletics, John is the perfect fit to follow in the footsteps of his mentor, Ron Wellman. John, welcome home.